is discovering a newfound confidence, in part due to the increasing recognition of its new cuisine. Tourism is on the rise, and the economy is growing. But life hasn't always seemed so rosy. After decades of military rule in the 1980s and 90s, a brutal war was waged in Peru between the government and Maoist rebels, including those of the Shining Path group. Up to 69,000 people were killed. Eventually the war ended, but the fighting caused many to flee their homes in the rural areas and seek refuge in the urban centers. And it is here, in the city suburbs, that you can find another side of Lima, one which is not on the tourist agenda.
We're now on the other side of town, a place where people don't care much about the refined Peruvian cuisine, because for them food is a matter of survival. Back in the 1970s, hundreds of thousands of people came here, escaping political violence and poverty, and they had to organize themselves in order to eat.
The influx of people from the rural areas into the city led to the creation of these shanty towns. Mirko Lauer is a writer in Peru, whose political columns are a must-read in Lima's daily La República. He explained to me the effects of this mass social migration.
When this started, 3/4 of the population lived in the countryside. By the time it ended, meaning today, 3/4 of the people in Peru live in 11 cities. 1/3 of the population in Lima itself. And all these people changed not just their geography, they changed their language in many cases. They changed a lot of their culture, most of it, to be frank. For Peru, this has been and remains the most important human and cultural experience. The people that moved to the cities when violence really struck are victims. That's about the only thing you can say. And even today, they can't really mix and merge with the modern part of the city, and everyone's discussing how to take them back, because that's what they want.
But reversing the displacement is no easy task, and for now many try to adapt and bring their ancestral recipes to the city. Aide Raimundo does her part to help those who migrated feel a little bit closer to home. She runs a restaurant on the outskirts of Lima, where she serves traditional Andean dishes. She grows most of her own food in this field behind her outdoor restaurant. One of her most popular dishes is the pachamanca.
Nuestro almuerzo, nuestro alimento.
We eat the pachamanca.
Pacha significa tierra, manca es la olla. Entonces,
Pacha means earth, manca means kettle.
Hacemos un hoyo en la chacra.
We make a hole in the ground that works like a kettle.
La forma de olla.
She makes the dish following an ancient cooking method invented by the Incas. First, stones are heated and covered with salted water.
Le llamamos.
We call it treating the stones.
The stones are then removed, and the hole in the ground is filled with potatoes, sweet potatoes, 4 different kinds of meat, broad beans, and finally covered with Andean herbs.
It helps us remember our heritage and to keep close to what belongs to us, especially for those who now live in the capital. We remember our land with nostalgia, our origin, our history. And through this dish, we find it again, we live it, we feel it with love.
The whole is then covered with earth, creating a pressure cooker effect that makes cooking possible at high altitude.
20 minutos. Ese es el rito
This is how we put our faith in it, hoping it will cook right.
Aive puts a cross on top of the earth, a ritual to ward off against uncooked meat, which is seen as an omen predicting a death in the family. Aive believes that Peru's future will be best served by relying on its heritage.
El desarrollo, que venga la tecnología de punta, pero sin perder nuestra
Let development and the best technologies come,
bueno, no solamente en su organización,
but we can't lose our traditions.
En todos los aspectos. Tenemos la kiwicha, tenemos la quinoa.
Peru is rich, but we lack the love and knowledge of what we have, and we need to spread it to the rest of the world.
Oh, está bien.
Peru's economy may be booming with growth of up to 8%, but the poor still make up around 39% of the population. Such poverty and a lack of social services has led to the emergence of grassroots projects, like this one, known as community kitchens. There are over 5,000 community kitchens in Lima, which feed 500,000 people daily. These kitchens are run by women who cook and sell the food to the local community. These cheap, makeshift eating places are a far cry from some of the classy restaurants in Lima city center. Meals here cost around $50.
Rosa. Se inició a raíz del choque, llamaron en esa época.
We started as an answer to the clashes of those times.
Enorme. Entonces, la comunidad.
The community came together, especially the mothers.
Nos organizamos todas las madres. Empezamos a traer.
We started meeting in one place with our cooking pots to help each other.
Para nosotros ayudarnos, ¿no?
The first kitchens were established in the 1970s, during the period of massive social upheaval. They began serving the thousands of people who fled their rural homes. Over 100,000 women work each day in these community kitchens in Lima. They receive no wage, but in return they can take the food they cook home to feed their families. The kitchens are also a vehicle for collective action and have turned into one of the most significant women's organizations in Latin America. 8,000 women who work in these kitchens recently marched through Lima, demanding a lower cost of living. The economy may be healthy and the status of Peru's cuisine may be on the rise, but these women are not receiving any trickle-down effects.
I'm proud that our food is now famous, but I feel bad at the same time because there are too many people who don't have the chance to eat it. If it would reach everybody, happiness would be complete. Unfortunately, we only see those recipes on television.
But Peru's cuisine may yet hold an answer for the hungry, the homeless and the poor. 10 years ago, there were only 5 cooking schools in Lima. Today, the city can boast more than 70. Some would say that's more than any other city in the world. The culinary schools range from the local version of the French Cordon Bleu establishment to the Gallia, the biggest gastronomy campus in South America, to more meager schools like this one, set up in the desert surrounding Lima. Today, some 8,000 students attend Lima's culinary schools. Many come from poorer families, such as Alan, who travels an hour and a half to attend the school on the edge of town. For Alan, cooking is a ladder of opportunity.
Training to become a chef is very expensive in Peru, but here it's only $20 a month. I can make my dream come true here.
Alan's dream is to become a top chef and open his own restaurant to contribute to the new wave of Andean cuisine.
Cooking is in our blood. In the same way that Argentinians and Brazilians are natural footballers, we are natural cooks.
We're going to serve it in 10 minutes. Everything tidy and in order, please.
We have been in hiding, concealed like a diamond, but now we are moving forward. Everybody you see here hopes to grow and move his family forward. We want to create a gastronomic future that will change our country. In a few years, everything will be better.
Peru is a land of contradictions, still struggling to define its modern self. Its cuisine may be celebrated both at home and abroad. Yet hunger and poverty remain the lot of many of Lima's residents. But many, like Alan, hope that Lima's culinary traditions may hold the key to a better future.